Bam. All right, guys. So I am really excited for today's call. Today we have someone joining us who's lived through phases that many agents experience, but nobody likes to talk about, right? Everybody's actually experienced it, but nobody wants to admit it. So I heard Jacob on Monday, and I was like, dang, we need him on the call because he's raw. He talks about it, and this is what you need to hear. You need to take it. He came into the business, made about 40K, I believe, and then did what many people do. He got comfortable and he stopped showing up consistently. It wasn't because he didn't, it was mostly because he didn't need the money, right? Which most of us here do need the money, but we still do the same dang thing for some reason. So after all of that experience of the ups and downs, the financial part over the last couple of months, he's rebuilt his momentum. And now, according to what he said on Monday, he has 5 agents on his team that are depending on him. And that's changed everything for him. We've been talking about that a lot, Jacob, recently. Today, we're going to talk about consistency, responsibility, and basically what happens when this business becomes bigger than just you. So I'd like to welcome you, Jacob. Feel free to unmute yourself if you can. I think you can.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Of course. It's good to be
So
here.
there's 2 versions of this business. The first version is you kind of work when you feel like it.
hmm
The second version is when people depend on you, you kind of have to work. You have to be on Zoom. You have to go to the office wherever you work. Tell us a little bit about the difference that you've experienced and how you've kind of your mindset has changed and where you're at now.
Yeah, absolutely. So before, like I was always like, let me figure this thing out on my own. Like, let me do this on my own. I don't need help. I know how to sell. I know how to do this. I don't need someone telling me what to do. Um, and then fine, it's funny because every single time I'd say that, I'd be at my brokest point. I'd be dead broke. I'm like, I got this. I can figure it out. And it's always funny because every time I'd come into the office, I'd always make a sale. I'd always make sales in the office every single time. So like for me, it was always like, all right, I can do the same thing at home. I'm just like not held accountable now. So like for me personally, like I knew I couldn't hold myself accountable, but I just said I could because I didn't want to, drive to the office and go through all that. Um, so for me, it was just about almost humbling myself to the point of like, all right, I know I can't do this on my own. Like it's the same thing with like with my spiritual like beliefs. It's like I finally came to the realization like I can't do this life on my own. So I'm gonna go to Jesus. Same thing in this business is like I know I can't do this business on my own. So I'm gonna go to the office every single day to make sure that I can be held accountable, but I can also hold myself accountable. And so every single time that I stopped coming to the office, then that's when my consistency would go down. That's when I'd stop selling. That's when I'd be scared. My mindset shifted, all those things. So when I started coming to the office consistently, it just like it almost empowered my mindset to be like, all right, I'm in here and I know I can work. I know I'm going to work. And I know that every single time that I'm in the office, I'm not leaving until I get a sale. Because like it'd be weird if I came to the office and just sat here and watched YouTube all day. Which, by the way, that's what I used to do. By the way, that's what I used to do. I'd come in here, make a sale, and I'd watch YouTube all day. Said that I was working. Said that I was dialing the phone all day long. No, I was taking all day to dial. So I think there's a difference there, and I think that like the reason I wouldn't dial is because I got one, so I was good. I never ever pushed myself. Like there were always times where I'd be like, all right, I sold 3 grand today, I'm good, and it'd be 11 in the morning. Like today, I sold one like an hour before this call for 2,500. I was like, all right, cool. But now in this mindset, like I'm not bragging here, but I'm at 12K for this week since Monday. And like the reason for that is because I came in the office consistently every single day and I didn't stop no matter what numbers I was at. So I consistently just I didn't even set a goal. I just knew that, all right, I'm going to dial from 9 a.m. all the way to 9 p.m. and I'm not going to stop. Like no matter what my numbers are, because I know last week I dialed all day long and didn't get a deal until 9 p.m. at night. So it's just I know that the numbers are always going to average out, and I know that if I quit too soon, I'm just cutting myself short. So that was a in-depth
Uh,
question.
yeah, that was actually really good. I really love how you said that you are now being held accountable, but nobody's sitting there holding you down. Nobody's it's all mentality
Mm.
from what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
So my next question is basically what made you decide that? What made you decide that okay, this whatever you decided this is ridiculous or this is I need more. What is it that made that happen?
I think it was just a fire that built up in me over the past 4 years of like I know I can do this. And I talked about this on Monday is like I know that I'm good at like helping people. I know I'm good at talking to people. And I know I'm good at figuring out their situation and actually caring about it. Because like when I was growing up, like my family was broken from the beginning. Like I have four sisters that I barely talk to. What really sparked a fire this time is my second oldest sister was in an abusive relationship. She just had a kid. The kid's 9 months old. It's a daughter. It's a girl. And the baby daddy was being abusive towards her. And so what happened was that sparked a fire in me. I was pissed off. And I was like, I can change my family situation if I just work harder. So I went to her. I said, listen, I can work harder. I'll work as hard as it takes. So what I did was I moved out of my place. I moved my sister into my place. I'm paying for her rent. I moved up to Bel Air closer to the office and said, "Listen, I'm going to work my ass off until we get all this figured out." So like that just lit a fire in me that number one, you have the opportunity to be able to provide for your family in so many different ways in this business. And sometimes all it takes is that little fire in you that's like, "All right, I'm going to make this happen." And so I obviously I haven't told anyone that yet, but this is so recent. That just lit another fire in me. Like the fire previously was just like I was doing this when I wanted to, like when I needed to. Now it's just like I have to. And it's not just for me now. Now it's for other people. So like I think that hiring agents is so good. Like it's great. When I first came in this business, I hired all the agents possible. My team was built up to 150 grand. They all left. They rolled me debt, and I got discouraged. And I was like, I'm never doing that again. I'm never doing that again. And I just consistently ran this business on my own, and I just try to do this on my own at my own pace, which like in some instances that's good, but not for me. Like where the position I was in, it was like I was just so inconsistent and inconsistency in this business is the hardest thing that you can go through because inconsistency means that you're not making money. Like I talked about on the Monday call is like I would literally buy leads and not call them because I was
I
like my
couldn't believe
mindset
you
was
said that, by the way. I
it,
was like, oh
yeah,
my God.
it's crazy. Like my mindset was in that space of just like, like I know the business works. Like I had absolute 100% belief in the business, but I didn't have belief in myself. So it was like there were just times in this business that it was a struggle. But I knew that like the way I got in this position is the same way I'm going to get out of it, and I never lost that belief in this business. And so recently,
That's
it's
awesome.
just caught a fire. So.
So you went from having no purpose, just yourself, to now you have a huge purpose and you can actually see the vision of helping your family in ways that you never could see before. And that's the fire that got lit underneath you that you're like, well, wait, all I have to do is actually work, show
Yeah,
up at the office because that's what pushes me, and come out and change our entire families.
trajectory.
Yeah, like that's awesome. I mean, sorry that you had to actually do that, but in reality, you know, God gave you that purpose, right?
Absolutely.
And so if you have that purpose, and it doesn't matter what your purpose is, guys, it's really just what you need for you. And yeah, it sounds personal, it sounds selfish at first, but it's really not because you're actually what you need is actually for other people. I love that. Thank you so much for that. That was again one of the reasons I had you on this call because you were so honest and raw. I love that. Um, so think about back then very briefly because I don't like to look at the past and negativity, but think about your schedule before. what does your schedule look now comparatively? And how could somebody who's struggling with being consistent, and we're all virtual, just so you know, we don't have an
Yeah.
office. We don't, with it, our virtual office is Discord.
Yeah.
How would you suggest that they schedule themselves per day, per week, whatever,
I think you
comparatively
just
to what
have
you did?
to, yeah, absolutely. I think that when I first started, like I was 20 years old. So as I said, like I didn't have responsibilities. Like I was just making money to spend it. And like I made enough money to spend enough. So I was like, I was good. But like my schedule back then was just like start at 8 a.m. and don't stop until I make money. Like it was like that. It wasn't like a set specific schedule. But it was just like running blind. And so I think that anyone that's at home or at a home office, and like if you can do that 100%, like what I did with my team back then is we rented out a conference room in a hotel for 200 bucks a week, and we just all get in there and dial together. Obviously, it was in home back then, but like we just needed that culture behind it because obviously dialing alone or even in Discord or Zoom or whatever, it's hard like to keep yourself accountable because you can just, turn off your screen and mute yourself and, go walk the dog, do laundry, all that stuff. That's just distractions and sit there on your phone. Like I can have my screen on, but I can be watching YouTube all day and no one will know. It's like I think that the office culture just brings accountability to it, but it's also if you don't have access to that office culture, I think you should just, get around someone, like hire an agent in, like, hey, let's do this together. Let's figure it out together. Like back then it was all about run buddies. And it wasn't about like, having 10 different people that you're running with. It was like, hey, find that one person that you connect with that you can hold each other accountable. And like that was huge for my business in the beginning, but then those run buddies, they eventually die off. Right? So it's always you're consistently finding new run buddies and like that's cool and all, but if you're at home and you're on Discord, I would say like look at yourself in the mirror and just say like, all right, like look at the business, understand what it can do for you. Like look at Heather, she's at 16K for the first week, issue paid premium. Like she got paid that, right? Maybe not the 16K, but 14, 13, whatever. Like that's a lot of money to like do a lot of things with, right? So just look at this business and the opportunity that you have in front of you and just look at yourself and say like, what am I going to make of it? Like, don't look at other people's numbers. Don't compare yourself to other people because that just brings like doubt in yourself. Like, oh, they're just doing that because they're them. Like, no. Like, I always looked at this business as like, what can I do? How can I make it in this business? And like, I had absolute zero doubt of like, I knew I could do it, but it was just at that time, it was like, do I want to do it? And like, I didn't have that purpose back then, but now I do. Um, and so I think that you just really got to look at yourself and say, like, am I really going to make it happen or am I just going to keep sitting back? Am I going to keep sitting back watching all these people go past me? And like, that's what pissed me off the most. Sorry to say pissed, but that's what made me so upset. Like, 4 years ago I started. You know Stan Smith, you know Jay Maska, you know all these like 23-year-olds that are like have $8 million a month agencies. I watched them go from 20,000 a month producer on their own to $8 million teams. Like that absolutely irritated the crap out of me, right? But I had to watch that and I watched it from the sidelines for so long. And so like I was in your same spot. Like I was just watching people go, oh, they're just doing it because they're better than me. I can't do that. It's like I was always comparing myself to that next person, but it's like if you do that all the time, you're never going to get to where they are because you're always just comparing yourself and like self-doubt. Like that's the biggest thing. It's like, all right, how can I make this business work for me? Like what are avenues in this business that I connect with that I relate to? Like how can I serve people better? So it's always like asking yourself reassuring questions and also just like believing in yourself. Like no matter what age you are, no matter what background you have, no matter what it is, you see that diversity in this company. It's for a reason. Like everyone has their own story. Like for me, like 4 years in this business, like now I'm just looking at, man, this is going to be a great comeback story. Man, this is going to be a great comeback story that I'm going to be able to tell one day. It's like it's always reframing what your current situation is to make it make it portray a lot better to you personally. And so like that gives you purpose, that gives you belief. And like once you get that belief in this business, like you can't let go of it. And that's where consistency comes in, constant lead flow, constantly showing up every single day, even though you don't want to. Like this morning, I told Frank, I was like, Frank, I don't want to go to the office. I'm at 12K already. Like I'm gonna take the day off. Oh, dude, I'm at 12K. I'm good, right? No, I showed up because I have agents that are counting on me to show up every single day. So it's like lead from the front. Lead from the front and keep doing it because like once you quit, then your agent has an excuse to quit too. So it's like if you can just put yourself in this framework of like, all right, I'm just gonna do this nonstop until like there's not even a time limit on it. It's like I'm gonna do this to prove it to myself that I can do this. And so like if you can put yourself in that mindset and just don't stop, like this business will work out. It's just a matter of how long. And if you can consistently do it for that amount of time, it's going to click for you. Like it's just gonna make sense. Like, oh my gosh, like the 3 months ago you were dialing the same leads, but now you're dialing those same leads and you're selling 10, 15 grand more than what you were doing 3 months ago. It's always like, don't ever doubt leads, don't ever doubt the business, don't ever doubt your mentor because it doesn't matter who brought you into this business. It's what you make of this opportunity. So, uh,
I
another,
think that's a beautiful thing about what we have and what we have the opportunity in front of us. Exactly what you just said is that it doesn't matter any of that stuff. It's you. We don't have that opportunity in anywhere else we go unless we build our own like little shop somewhere. It, but then you're not making tons of money, right?
yeah,
You have the opportunity to do what you need to do no matter who your upline is, no matter who you're on Zoom with, it doesn't matter. It's you. It's about you and your activity and your consistency. And I think that's a very hard thing for people to understand at first until they experience things like you've experienced.
mhm.
And bringing people on your team and having to show up. It cracked me up what you said about Frankie because I was like the other day, didn't he do like 30? He did a split with somebody and did like
Yes,
$34,000. I'm like, that's a
yes,
freaking month. He could have stopped that day, right?
exactly.
So, but you're right. If you hadn't shown up today, first of all, I'd have to come find you and slap you across the head. But just kidding, that's a mother in me. But but you wouldn't have your team. Your team would have been like, well, he didn't show up, right?
Yep.
So being on Discord, which we are all throughout the country, and we do have an older group than what you guys are used to, but we do have other obligations, but we have to make it work.
Yeah.
We have to make it work for our own families. You, meaning we, have to do that. We don't have a choice except to find another job, right? My
Yep.
husband always used to say, "Do you need me to go to work at Taco Bell?" When I was not feeling like I'd throw my stuff on him. I'd be like, oh, I'm having a bad day. I only sold 3,000 today or whatever. And he'd be like, do you need me to go work at Taco Bell? No, I got it. But it would give me that boost, just like agents do that for you too. And that's my next part of this is going to be like kind of, you've got agents, right? You have people depending on you, and that's helped you to change your consistency from what you said.
Mhm.
So do you dial differently now? What, do you show up differently? What is it that you're doing differently now than before, um, for them, now that you have them?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, back then when I was just doing it on my own, it was like I only got me to depend on. So, like, and I wasn't very dependable, you know. But now, like, seeing new agents coming in and like hopping on Zoom every day, like with me, it just like gives me motivation to like just not show up. Like, if I don't show up, then obviously it's going to give them a reason to like doubt me. And I don't want them to have a reason to doubt me. I just want them to have full belief in themselves and to grow them up as agents or but also people. Like just understanding that, like, all right, we're bringing in 20-year-olds. Like we got Felipe on here. Dude's 20 years old, started exactly when I started. It's like new agent, like just ripping it. He's on Zoom every single day. Like I said the other week, I was dialing all day long from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and I didn't make a single sale. Like it was just consistent, like no's, like hang out, whatever it is. Finally at 9:30, everyone left. Everyone left the office. Everyone got off Zoom. I said, Felipe, watch this. Felipe, watch this. And I kept saying, Felipe, watch this. And finally, 9:30 p.m. rolls around. Did a whole entire presentation, husband and wife, closed it for like 3 grand. It's like, Felipe, what did I tell you? It's like, what did I tell you? It's like if you quit, like you won't have the opportunity to see this. So it's like it just always pushes me to like see new agents coming in. And so like them getting able like being able to experience those moments in this business that are so important of just like keep going. Like no matter what you're at, no matter if you had 750 dials a day and didn't get one pickup. It's like keep going. You're one call away. So I think that back then it was just like I'm good. Like, I don't have anyone depending on me. I don't need that. Like I don't want that responsibility. But now it's like I want them to see the potential in this business and I want them to see that through me. However, I imitate or, relay this information of like, hey, this business is like so it's blessed me in so many different ways. Even if like I couldn't see it back then. It's like I have been on so many trips. I have traveled so much. I have gone all over the country. I have done a lot of things with barely even producing. Like I'm talking like part-time, 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 and it still allowed me to do all these things. So it's like if I know that that's done that for me in the past, and now that I can show other agents how to have that same exact lifestyle that I went through in my early 20s, to be able to travel, to be able to provide for my family, like my first Americo bonus, like I spent on Christmas for my family. I was 20 years old. And it was like 6 grand. It wasn't like crazy, but it was like 6 grand. Like I bought everyone the coolest things ever. You know the feeling that you get when you're able to do that? And it's like I didn't have like I was never the one to receive gifts. I was always like I love seeing other people smile from the things that I did for them. And like it was just that always pushes me. So like seeing new agents coming in, making their first sale, getting their first deposit, like things like that. Even if it takes a new agent 2 weeks, I want to show them to never quit because if you quit, you're quitting too early. Like you never if you just quit too early, you're never going to reach your full potential. And this business has a funny way of working. If you're consistent and you come in every single day, integrate what you learn throughout the week, integrate what you hear from whoever you're hearing on live dials, what Heather's saying, like listen to her like live, like record her. Like record me. I don't care. You can join. I'm in live dials every single day, an extra three breakout room. You can record me exactly what I say. Listen to it at night and like learn it. Like this business is a copy and paste business. So if like you can show people how like how simple it is, but how much hard work you also have to put in, like it's not like fake. It's like it sounds too good to be true if you're just posting all your sales and like, oh, I did this, made 10 grand a day, 30-minute phone calls. It's like, oh, you spent an hour and a half and you made 10 grand? No. I started at 9 a.m. and I didn't stop until 11 p.m. It's like if you can show your agents that this business is not just butterflies and rainbows, but that you also go through those struggles too, but you just don't stop. So that's why you have the results you have. So that answers your question.
Yeah, it does absolutely. Do you guys have, it actually brought more questions. Do you guys have daily goals that you track, or is it just we're just going to shoot for some sales? What does it look like for you guys as a team?
So like new agents, like, cause they're pretty much all brand new. Like I just started hiring again. I just started bringing them in. I'm still hiring now. Like it's going to be a consistency and it's going to build up over time. But like when new agents coming in, like the first things I tell them is like, listen, our goal right now is not for you to make a sale and get like quick success. If you run across it, sweet. Our goal right now is just to get repetitions. Like you're brand new in this business, and I don't want to deflate their like, imagination of what this business can do for them. So it's like, hey, listen, our goal right now or today is for you to get pickups, for you to like get through a presentation, maybe whatever it is. If you get through a presentation and you get stuck on like a close, then like three-way me in and I'll close it for you. You listen to me close and then you'll go from there. And I'm not taking their money. Like, be clear. Like, I'll close it for you and you get paid. Like, it's not, oh, split me in 20%. No, I'm not. That's weird. Like, you're there to help your new agents, right? You want to get them paid. So that's how it is. We give them leads, age leads to start out. Typically, it's like 50 on Monday, and it's like, all right, our goal is 20 pickups. Hey, get 20 pickups, whatever they say, cool. Tell me at the end of the day what you're getting stuck on, and we're going to train on that. And every single day, we just need to get 1% better. And then
Yeah.
shoot, if it takes 2 weeks, if it takes a month for you to get your first sale, all good. It's like if we can get you paid as soon as possible, that's our goal, right? But like you have to understand, like your first 90 days, it's going to be 12, 14-hour days. Like I took this from convention. first 90 days, 12, 14-hour days. Like you're going to be grinding. And like that's what this business is all about is for you to go through that go through that grind so you can understand this business as fast as possible. If you can get a whole entire understanding of all the things that are available to you in this business, then you can go out there and after 90 days, you're going to crush it. There's like no doubt in my mind that if you stay consistent for 90 days grinding as much as you should, this business will do wonders for you. You'll learn everything you need to learn in 90 days. You'll learn all the products, all the health stuff, all the leads, everything you need to learn, you'll learn in first 90 days. So like our goals is like pickups and then obviously if they get someone on the phone, presentations, I'll close it for them. They get paid. We're going to use that money to reinvest back in their business. Now they're using their own money to spend on leads. It's like, all right, now we have belief in the business. Now we need you to have belief in yourself, right? And then we just
Perfect.
keep going from there. So,
That's awesome. And I think the biggest theme of what you just said was they have to show up.
yeah,
And you're asking them to do 12 to 14 hours. So if somebody's coming in here and they're actually on Zoom or in our case Discord, um, and they're actually working the 12 to 14 hours, there's no reason for them not to. It's just they're not showing up for themselves. They're not actually working. They're on here, they're not working, or they're not on here and they're definitely not working, or if or they're not getting the help they need because they're not on
yep,
Discord getting the help that they need. And it's evident in the numbers
yeah,
because there's no way you can't do that. And you can't not do that or can't do that and then have it not work. Right. So
yeah,
it's the evidence. And then they just have to be honest with themselves to admit to that and make some changes. So, and you did that. And I'm really excited for you and for your agents because to have somebody who they can see do that and then follow and then they see it works for you, they're saying, well, why can't it work for me? And I think you saw that as well from the sounds of it. You're like, well, if Jay
yeah.
Maska can do it. I mean, Jay Maska's young, he's whatever, but I still say the
He's
same
never
thing.
sold over 200 grand of insurance.
Right. I'm like, dude, if he can do that, why can't I? Like,
Yeah. It's
same
like, let's
thing.
go.
Yeah. Like, like we're just normal people,
Yeah.
right? So, and so is he. So we have to be consistent. We have to consistently recruit. And that was actually the next topic I wanted to talk to you about. Um, I know you're just starting recruiting again and all that, but what's your favorite or what's your technique for recruiting? What do you do for recruiting at this point?
We just do like Frank's seat. So
Okay.
just recruiting seat. It's like 500 bucks a month, put 20 points on your calendar. So I'm doing a lot of cold market right now, but I'm also being very diligent on who I bring in. Like that's the number one thing I learned in the past. Like I'd bring everyone on, like, all right, let's figure it out. No. It's like, dude, if you're 20 years old, I'm going to give you that chance because I was in your same boat. And if I wasn't given a chance back then, I don't know where I'd be today. So like if they're 20 years old, I'm always gonna do it. Doesn't matter. It's like if you're 20 and you're ready to grind, let's go. Like let's get it. If they're
Awesome.
like 25, already have a job, like whatever the situation is, like I'm just super diligent and I tell the truth. Like when I'm recruiting agents, like I don't beat around the bush. This is so great. This is awesome. You're gonna change your life. I don't do that. It's like I always try to scare agents away. New people coming into this business need to know the truth and all the truth. So they're not confused as when stuff does happen, they're not confused, right? And I'm gonna lead the way and I'm gonna show them everything that they need to know and I'm gonna show them how to do it, how to be successful in this business. And I'll show them the blueprint. But I want them to understand all the downfalls, all the pitfalls that they can have just so that they understand this business entirely. Right. So I'm almost trying to scare people away are on my calendar. It's like, hey, do you have a job right now? What's been your past? What have you done in the past? Like, do you understand this is commission only sales? Meaning, like, if you don't work, you don't get paid. Like, do you understand chargebacks? Do you understand what that means? It's like, no, what's that? Well, let's just say you sell a policy for 100 bucks a month, you're paid 1,200 bucks or 900 bucks average, give or take. If the client calls in month three, you owe 6 months back to the carrier. The client calls in month six, you owe three months back, right? Does that scare you? Yes or no? It's like, no. Yeah, yes, it does scare me. Perfect. This isn't for you. It's like I'm just being so upfront because like this is business. Like it's not a job. And like a lot of people hire based on like jobs. It's like, hey, this is the best job in the world. You're able to stay at home, sell from home. You're able to sell over the phone and make thousands of dollars a week. It's like, really? Yes, that is true. But like, what does that entail? Working 12, 14-hour days for the first 90 days. Like, you might not see money for the first 2 weeks in this business, but if you went out and found a job, you want to get paid for 2 weeks anyway. So it's like, what would you rather have? Learn a new skill where it will give you the ability to make 10, 20, 30, $40,000 in a month? Or do you want to go find a job that's just going to pay you a set amount, 2 grand a week, 2 grand every 2 weeks, whatever that looks like? It's like, how bad do you want it? So, and I just paint a clear picture, and like I don't beat around the bush because I've just been in this business so long to where I've seen everything that's happened. Like, I've seen absolutely everything that's happened, and I know what works and I know what doesn't work. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I'm up front.
that's awesome. I think we actually started around the same time, you and I,
Did we?
which is
22?
yeah, yeah. May of 22 is when I decided to get serious in this business.
Yeah, I was August of 22. And we were all in home. Were you in home?
I was not. I never did in home. I start out,
Okay.
yeah, because I have kids and I homeschooled them,
Yeah.
and but I was coming into it when they were like, "Oh no, everybody can do it on the phone." I was like, "Okay, what the hell do I know?" Like, all right.
Yeah.
So no, I think I went in home one time. I hated it.
I
Hated
loved it in home. I had like a 93% close ratio.
it. Of course you did. All those old ladies, they love people like
Oh
you.
my gosh, every single time. It was like, whoop. I was like, all right, stop it. Like, you're inflating the meeting.
That's right. Okay, if you had some advice, you've told us a lot already, but if there was people who are inconsistent for whatever reason, doesn't matter what the reason is, they're just not consistent, or they're not, or they think they're consistent.
Yeah.
What would you give them for advice, to them, new agents, old agents, doesn't matter,
Yeah.
to get moving?
I love that question. Like, my thing is always start small. Like, a lot of people come in this business and try and set really big goals, which I love big goals. But like, I had an agent earlier, he told me this. He was like, dude, I just set too big of goals, and whenever I didn't hit it, I would just let myself down. And so like my mental just messed itself up. I'm like, just start small. Right? So if that is like, all right, if I'm spending 500 bucks on leads, like I'm going to try and sell $3,000. Like if I spend 1,000, I'm going to try and sell five. If I spend 1,500, like you're just setting small goals. So number one, you can attain them, and number two, you can reinforce your mental. Like, okay, I can do more. I can do more. It's always like reinforcing your mental mind of like, okay, I actually can do this. Like, let's keep going. Because some weeks, if you set a 3K goal, you'll be there in one day. So you're like, oh shoot, I can do way more than this. Like, let's keep going. But if you're like, oh, I'm going to set a goal for 20K this week, and you're at 5K by Friday, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not even close. I'm terrible at this business. It's like, don't set too high of expectations for yourself, especially if you're brand new. It's like, just set those small goals and start small and then grow over time. It's like, if you're spending 1,000 bucks on leads now, 500 bucks on leads now, and you make a profit that week, next week, invest 1,000. And then you like, if you consistently can just like grow that goal, right? From 3 to 5 to 8 to 10 to 15. Like, if you can consistently grow that and consistently spend money on leads and like consistently reinvest and like keep upping your lead spend. Because like, if you cap yourself on like the opportunities that you put in front of you, then it's like it's going to cap what you actually produce. You know what I mean? So obviously in this business, the more leads you have, the more opportunities you have as well. So I always just say with new agents, especially like with schedules, like have small goals, make sure you can hit them, and then keep growing that goal. Um, and also just staying consistent, like hopping on dials every day. Like, I'm on every single day, especially with these new agents. If I see them, like, hop on with me as soon as I get on and then stay with me throughout the entire day, I'm going to put more time into that agent than the other agents that's getting on, off, on, off, on, off. I know who to spend my time with because like I'm consistently selling too. And if I'm just sitting here at answering questions from a guy that gets on 2 hours a day, that's wasting my time, right? But if I have a guy like Felipe who's in there 12 hours a day with me, anything that he asks me, anything that he needs, I'm spending all my time on him because he's putting the time into himself. So it's like whenever you're recruiting new agents or new agents are coming in, it's like if you can see that they're putting time into themselves, then like spend the most amount of time with them because those are the people who are going to stick with you. So, yeah, new
Yeah,
agents hit a schedule, like whatever that is, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, and stick to it. Like if it's 10 a.m., if you're not an early bird, doesn't matter. If you start at noon and you dial until 8 p.m., you better not stop. Like it doesn't matter what it is. Like that's what I would do. I would just say I'm gonna at least dial for 8 hours a day. If I start at 2 p.m., I'm dialing till 10. If I start at 8 a.m., I'm dialing till this. Like it's always just like don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself.
I
Um,
love that.
so yeah.
Jacob, what would you say? Because this is going to pull you back just a little bit to your mindset for lead spend. We all know it's a problem mentality wise to either be afraid of leads, be afraid of the loss because that can be major.
Yeah,
You can spend $500 and not make a sale off of it, and
absolutely.
then that could debilitate somebody. Um, remember those days
Hmm.
because we all have had them. How do you get through that and then eventually you are able to continuously find money because you're just continuously making money, but prior to that there's that rocky edge. What's your best advice for somebody who's going through that or will go through that to getting through that rocky edge of $500 is a shit ton of money, excuse my language,
Yeah,
to somebody who's got nothing,
yeah.
and we're telling them that you need to spend that 500 and believe in yourself and do that. How do you what would you say to your agents
Mhm.
about that?
Um, like with my agents, like my goal is always like I send them aged leads. So like I've seen it work in the past to where like we're just gonna put aged leads in front of you. Like it's not gonna cost me much, like because they're aged leads, right? So like I'm giving them initial like leads to like do that. Now once they actually start selling, once they make their first deposit, then it's reinvesting. And so like even if that's they get paid 1,000, like we're spending 800 of it. You know what I mean? Like we're
Yeah.
reinvesting that money back in the business. So if you're in that spots where it's like tough, and I've been there many times, believe me. Um, However long you've been here, if you've been here for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 months, whatever it is, it's like the leads that you have, there's still money in them. Like I would, every time I went through my little spurts, like I would have leads from years ago, and I would just go back through those, and I would just
Yeah.
just make my way back up. Like it was always just like getting that one policy, and that would pay for my leads and like getting that one commission. Like that's like what it was all about. It was like, all right, cool. I found that one person that I bought that lead 4 months ago. If you're brand new and like you don't have leads, then like I'm sure Heather, you have thousands of leads, thousands of
They,
leads. It's like, hey, here's 50 leads. Like let's get something out of this. Here's 100 leads. Let's make something out of this. Then let's reinvest that money you make back into your business. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So
But I
I
think the key
just
there
saw
that
that.
you said, yeah, the key there is the reinvestment part. That's what people
Yeah,
struggle with. They'll
yeah,
make a sale, they'll pay their bills, and then they're like, "Ah, I don't have enough money for leads." And I'm like,
yeah,
dude, you just issue paid this much per like I see it in my back office. You have the money. It's just what are you choosing to put that money into? Right.
exactly. Yeah,
And we have such an opportunity to take $500 and multiply it by three. Why are you putting that into your light bill? Right? Like that doesn't
it's
make
already
sense.
late.
It's
Already
not
late.
making sense. It doesn't make sense. So that was key. I think that's actually really important for people to hear that, how do you get the money? How do you do that? How do you and yeah, we give leads all the time to the
Yeah,
people who show up, right?
exactly.
If you're not going to show up consistently, I will not spend time or energy or my own money because, yeah, it's my leads. I've got dialers who can dial through them too. And
Yeah.
those dialers can get those people on my calendar. But if you're showing up consistently, I'll give out appointments. I gave out an actually almost closed policy yesterday because I didn't want to deal with the person anymore,
There you
right?
go.
Like here's
Yes.
200 guaranteed dollars per month. Take it.
Yep. Boom.
But I'm not going to do that to somebody who's not showing up. I'm
100%.
not. Like it's disgusting. And I say disgusting in the sense that it's disrespectful, really, right?
Absolutely.
Show up. And then you as an agent showing up for people on your team, you have to start growing that team. What about your agents? Are they starting to grow their teams by warm market, or what are they doing?
All my agents are literally within their first month. And like
Come on,
that's a
guys, you got this.
Yeah, and that's like a conversation we have. It's like, hey, do you want to be a life insurance sales guy forever, or do you want to eventually grow a business? And it's like if you do, it's like cool. Like I'm not expecting you to like learn everything before you start talking about it. It's like if you have people that you know that need this opportunity just as much as you do, like you can bring them in. You can send them my way and I will train them and put them on your team and I will grow your team for you while you're learning too. It's best to learn with other people. It's best to grow with people, especially people that you already know. It's like me and Felipe just met. Like we just met like last week. You know what I mean? Like it's cool. Like we're close, whatever. But it's like, dude, if you brought in your cousin, it's like you guys learn together. It's like, dude, that impact is so much higher. Like friendly competition, like all that stuff. Like I will train your agents for you so you can build your business, but also focus on selling and growing yourself. Not just like, oh, I don't know anything about this business, so I'm not gonna, hire anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I give them that option because I'm not gonna bash them if they don't want to hire agents. Like I tell everyone when I do the recruiting call, it's like, hey, like I'm not gonna make you do anything that you don't want to do. It's like if you want to build a business, I'll help you build a business. If you don't want to build a business, you just want to sell insurance, I'll help you sell insurance. So I'm just getting that out in the front.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's hard for people because trust is a hard thing in this world. And Felipe doesn't know you well, right?
Mhm.
He's
Yeah.
your not your warm market. He's a recruiting seat, which I do as well. But he's also learning because you're here every single day. You're mentoring him every day. You have good mentors as well. And he's learning, but saying that to him, saying, "Hey, Felipe, bring on there. I can teach them, or if I don't know, somebody else will." Right? I guess we're all learning every single day. I was talking to my team this morning during I don't know our team call or something this morning, and I was like, "Oh, I know, it was that we were doing a book club." And the fact of the matter is that even top producers, they're not working by themselves. We're all
Yeah.
here working on Zoom, helping other agents, not for us. We're helping other people. Like, I don't need to be on Zoom to make money. I could close it off and make money and kill it in the industry. But like you said, do I want to be a producer the rest of my life? Or do I want to bring on people who will also do that and become producers themselves? I mean, produce producers, really,
Yeah.
right? Produce
A
producers.
business.
Yeah. Nothing's going to come to save you in this business.
Yeah.
Um, you've got to do it yourself. There's no better leads. There's no better script. There's not a better Zoom or Discord or Office or whatever. It's the system that we have that allows us to have the no cap growth. Like we can do whatever we want with this industry, and it's the people who decide consistently to follow the system that will be the ones that are going to succeed the most. And I don't want to say the fastest, but faster than the people who don't, right? If
Yeah.
you're not following the system or if you're not listening, if you're not bringing people on early, which I did not, I didn't even think I could, not because nobody told me, but because I didn't listen when they did tell me, honestly,
Yeah.
right? We have to decide, to dial, we have to decide what to dial in front of other people, whether it's in an office place or on Zoom or Discord. We have because it's uncomfortable,
Mhm.
right? It's very uncomfortable. So, okay. And so I'm going to actually ask anybody if they want to have any questions. I don't see any in the chat, but maybe they didn't put any in the chat. Does anybody have any questions for Jacob at all? Anybody want to unmute and ask questions? Don't make him feel like a loser, guys. Just kidding. Thanks,
I've got a
Kathleen.
quick question. No, I do. There's always this, I guess, simmering controversy of what leads, right? What leads are great. It's such a, I can't help but laugh.
Yeah.
But it's always interesting to hear what you navigated through when you were focusing on your initial lane, and then how you adjusted that to, really get proficient in a certain script style and lead development and success, and then any transitions that you made over time.
Yeah. Like in the beginning, I literally only bought out of the ILC. It was like 3-month-old leads. They were $3 a piece. And I used those for my first 4 months, and I sold $137,000 on them. So like when you say well, I say like any leads work. Like I honestly like aged leads a lot. The reason is because like I get a lot of fresh leads now, and I get a lot of people that are saying like you always get those people that are like, I'm just not ready yet. I can't afford it right now. Like whatever it is. So it's like I love aged leads because that's 3 months, like 3 months old that they weren't ready 3 months. Like it's like profitability. Like you can buy $7 leads and then like sell $1,000 policy. It's like your profitability on aged leads is so much. So like I think that like if you're just starting out or if you're 3 months, 4 months, like stick on aged leads. Like there's so much money to be made in aged leads. And obviously as time goes on, like you always supplement with fresh leads, like people that just submitted it, call them right up, close it. Like I had a guy that submitted a request at 10:23 and I called him up at 10:25 and I sold him a policy by 11 o'clock. So it's like if you can implement that plus age leads as well, then like that's like gold. Like if you can spend, a 30 pack or a 20 pack of fresh leads and then supplement with 50 aged or 75 aged leads, like just having leads in front of you and new leads every week. So new people that you talk to every single week. That's the fastest way to like growing this business, especially your production side of things. So
Yeah, and I don't know if you know this, but on Goat Leads, you buy yours from Goat Leads now, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
everything.
You can actually limit the amount you get per day of the new ones. So you can do
Yep.
5, 10, and that's what I tell my team is if you have 5 or 10 new leads coming in per day, plus you supplement with the old leads, either the ones that I've given you or the ones that you have, the follow-ups or whatever, or you're purchasing age leads. I too last summer 6 weeks, $100,000 from my RV with aged veteran leads. Like,
Yep.
yeah, like, and
So much.
it's nothing special. It's just that they're those people who they present it to them that makes sense. Like, don't say, "Do you remember that?" Of course, they don't remember that. Like, that's a dumb question. Right?
100%.
So,
Yep.
good question though, Kathleen. Thank you. Yeah, I think age leads I think they're the bomb. You just have to buy enough of them too. If you're again, it's if you're spending $125 once a week, expect to have very little return on that.
Exactly. Yep.
Like you've got to actually, if anybody's in here for more than a month, they should be investing in leads regularly. In more than 125, 500 is minimal per week. Minimal. Any
Yep.
other questions from anybody?
I don't have a question, but Jacob, a lot of what you said resonated a lot. It really clarified some things for me, so thank you for sharing.
Of course.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
All right, guys, I appreciate your time significantly. I am going to stop this recording.